Tortoise and birds, why tortoise has cracked shell. Once upon a time, there was famine in the land. Everyone was just trying to survive. Luckily, the birds were invited to a party in heaven. They were happy and enthusiastic. There would be lots to eat and drink, enough to sustain them for days. Mr. Tortoise heard about the party and begged the birds to allow him go with them. After a serious debate amongst the birds, they agreed to let Mr. Tortoise go with them because he is an eloquent speaker. On the scheduled day, they all gathered and each bird lent the tortoise a feather to fly with. Just before they took off, Mr. Tortoise suggested that every one of them must choose a name to avoid confusion and to be identified properly by their hosts. So, Tortoise, being smart enough, waited for them to choose a name and they all chose wonderful names. So, Tortoise was the last to choose and he chose the name All of Us, and he made each one to swear and to stick by their names. They all agreed and thanked him for such initialization. On arrival to the party, like they expected, there were lots to eat and drink. As each dish is presented to the animals, Mr. Tortoise would ask, "Who is this for?" And the host replies, "It is for all of us." The birds looked on in fury as Tortoise gulped down variety of dishes and drinks, everything. They couldn't do anything because it was for him, all of us. Their host too was amazed. The host saw it as their culture to let their king eat first after the feasting, and it was time to go. The angry birds took back their feathers from Tortoise and left. So, Tortoise was stranded in heaven, no way to go home. Later on, one of the birds decided to help the tortoise. Ostrich was the bird that agreed to help Tortoise. He told Tortoise that he is going to his house to tell his wife, Tortoise's wife, to bring and arrange their beddings outside as he, the tortoise, is going to jump down from heaven. Relief at last, Tortoise thought. Finally, Ostrich got to Tortoise's house and told Tortoise's wife to bring and arrange in front of their house every metallic equipment she can lay her hands upon, as the husband Tortoise is going to throw down a very big animal from heaven. Annam went to work. She laid down everything destructive outside. She even went to borrow knives, mortar, pestle, pots, cooking tripod, axe, etc. from neighbors. After some time, Tortoise looked down from heaven and saw his wife at work arranging things he cannot clearly see. So, he presumes things were working out fine. He got ready for the bing bang jump. And he jumps down straight on top of the knives. He was badly hurt and had his shell broken and scattered all over the place. His wife cried aloud and ran to Mr. Snail, their neighbor, whose services they implored to help gum back Tortoise's shell. Snail refused to come because he knew Tortoise would never ever pay him after his services, but she persisted and assured him that he would be paid, so he came with her. It took Snail 4 market days of hard work to get the shells in one piece again, but it wasn't smooth anymore. Tortoise was so very grateful, and so was the wife. On the 5th market day, Mr. Snail was ready to go and was waiting for his money. Tortoise told him to fix his shell without cracks before he can pay. Tortoise never paid Mr. Snail. Since then till today, Tortoise's shell has cracks. The end. Moral lesson: deceit and greed is not good. Know it today that bad reward awaits evildoers.